It's officially Sine Die, everyone. 140-day regular legislative session is coming to an end today. The House actually adjourned Sine Die a little while ago. Senate is finishing up some last-minute business before they get underway and adjourn Sine Die. Now, of course, many of you know, you've probably been reading in the press, there's definitely a special session still looming. The Senate purposely pushed a few things off to help make sure that we could come back and spend some more time with each other in a special session. One of those things was the Texas Medical Board. Last check, that was not addressed, and that means without a passage of a sunset bill, the state medical board will begin its closure procedures to finally close their doors next September. So that'd be September 2018. We anticipate the governor will be calling us back. Press releases came out a little while ago that he'll let us know by the end of the week what his intentions are for the Texas legislature. Like any session, we had some great wins and we had some losses. Some of our early losses, unfortunately for us, the patient safety and workplace issue proved extra challenging. We had some issues getting that filed this session. We're going to lay some better groundwork coming into next session and meet with some elected officials and some legislators to talk about why we need some rules in place to help guarantee that pharmacists have some breaks, aren't forced to work beyond what is safe for their public, for the patients that you serve. We also are enhanced patients' access to services. Got it filed, got it into committee, had some challenges getting it up for hearing. We weren't fully surprised. In one bill, we've kind of really had a lot of opposition from the Medical Association as well as the health plans and PBMs. We were covering a lot of big issues in one bill, and we knew that that was going to be a challenge, and we knew that this was likely a multi-session issue. Don't worry, we will be coming back with that bill, and we will be working on it again in next session, and we'll be doing some groundwork during the interim. Some of our other bills that had challenges, House Bill 1133, that was one dealing with NADAC. That was got a lot of great response out of the House, got it over to the Senate. Unfortunately, it was one of about 58 bills that were sent to the Senate by the House and never actually referred to committee. It's very unfortunate. That's a very high number. Traditionally, that number is somewhere around 2 or 3 bills that don't get referred to a committee. So, unfortunately, House Bill 1133 dealing with NADAC failed to pass the session. Great news on that one, though, is that there was a rider on the sunset bill, which doesn't implement it like House Bill 1133 would have done, but it creates a budget rider that would have the agency look at NADAC as a payment structure as well as a single payor. That's a good effort. It's a good thing that that's in there. It gives us a chance to keep that discussion going and hopefully maybe lay some groundwork for next session. Some of our big wins were MedSync. House Bill 1296 finally passed. That's a great bill that will pay pharmacists to help synchronize your patient's medications. We finally got over the hurdle of the prorating fight. Pharmacists will be paid fully for dispensing the medication, even when you're dispensing a lower quantity to help get that patient synchronized. House Bill 1178, this is the one dealing with burglary and theft. It's a good bill. It's, as we've seen over the past several years, particularly with the reclassifications of several Schedule 3s to Schedule 2s. A lot of break-ins to the pharmacies have been happening, and it's very unfortunate because now it's not just your single one-stop hits, it's really organized crime. They're getting very creative, and they're getting very motivated to break into pharmacies, so helping to increase the penalties on that. It's a great bill. It's a good effort led by the Texas Pharmacy Business Council. Also have House Bill 3128. This one's dealing with contracting with PBMs. Unfortunately, it didn't go quite as far as we had hoped to get the PBMs fully regulated, but it's a great step in dealing with giving the Texas Department of Insurance some regulatory authority over them, creates some much needed transparencies, and really increases that oversight of the agency, gives us another avenue to help address some of the PBM's actions in the state of Texas. Senate Bill 1076 dealing with clawback, that was led by the Business Council as well. It's a great bill. It's going to help address a lot of what's become a lot of public attention of focused on the clawbacks that PBMs, the overcharging of patients to only pull it back from the pharmacy. Great bill. I know the council was excited to get it through this session. It was a tall order and something that I know they're extremely excited about. We're excited for pharmacy to have that bill come out. PMP. That was a bill that many of you know that was started the session, which was really going to force pharmacists and other prescribers to really start checking the prescription monitoring program starting pretty much immediately when dispensing all controlled substances. Through a lot of work and effort by pharmacy along with several of the other prescriber groups, we managed to get a bill out this session. It actually got attached to the Pharmacy Sunset Bill, which will push the date back to 2019. That gives us time for our software vendors to help automate the process. It's been reduced down to the 4 major classes of drugs that will have to be checked. Considering the tall mountain that we were facing coming into session, this is a big win for pharmacy. We're excited about it. Pharmacy also played a big role in helping pass step therapy. This legislation will really help address a lot of the challenges that patients have had, particularly when they switch from one plan to another, a PBM switch, and they're being forced to restart their medications even when it's finally they found one that really works for them. So this is a great bill. We're really excited about it. It's over at the governor's desk. And really another one to highlight, and this is one you saw an alert from me earlier today. We still got to worry about a governor's veto, but House Bill 1917 keeps the formulary with the state. This is a big deal. This is a big concern for pharmacy. We know if the plans get access to the formulary, we're going to see numerous formularies pop up for Medicaid. We're going to see a lot of the challenges that we've seen over time with the prior authorizations, with limiting access, because the plans say that they can save a lot of money, but we know that's only through denial of services. So we really need the governor to approve this. We need him to sign it. We need him to ignore the plans and not veto this bill. So a lot of great wins for pharmacies, some unfortunate losses along the way, but that's what you get in a legislative session. Look for our quarterly magazine where I'll do a much more detailed, in-depth view of all this legislation that we've talked about in the video. And for those of y'all come out to conference, I'll be doing a 2-hour legislative update there. That'll be a great chance for you to ask me questions and to really let me know what's on your mind. Thank you everyone for everything y'all have done to help us through the session. We'll be looking now, 2 years from now, to the 86th legislative session and preparing for that one. Thanks. Bye.